This video is about determining the empirical formula of a compound from the percentage by mass. The percentage by mass of each element in the compound is determined by experiment. Then, the empirical formula of the compound can be determined from the percentage by mass through several calculation steps. Now, let us use this example to see how to determine the empirical formula of a compound from the percentage by mass. Compound Y was found to contain sodium, carbon, and oxygen only. Experiments showed that it contains 43.40% sodium, 11.32% carbon, and 45.28% oxygen by mass. Now, let us use the information to determine the empirical formula of Y. Assume that there are 100 grams of Y. Then, there are 43.40 grams of sodium, 11.32 grams of carbon, and 45.28 grams of oxygen. After that, calculate the number of moles of each type of atoms. To calculate the number of moles of atoms, we divide the mass of an element by its relative atomic mass. For sodium, its mass 43.40 divided by its relative atomic mass 23.0 is 1.89. For carbon, its mass 11.32 divided by its relative atomic mass 12.0 is 0.943. For oxygen, its mass 45.28 divided by its relative atomic mass 16.0 is 2.83. Finally, calculate the simplest whole number mole ratio of atoms. We divide the number of moles of each type of atoms by the smallest number of moles. Here, the number of moles of carbon atoms is the smallest, which is 0.943. To calculate the simplest whole number mole ratio of sodium atoms, divide 1.89 by 0.943, we get 2.004. 2.004 can be rounded off to 2. For carbon, 0.943 divided by 0.943 is 1. For oxygen, 2.83 divided by 0.943 is 3.001. 3.001 can be rounded off to 3. After several calculation steps, the mole ratio of sodium atoms, carbon atoms, and oxygen atoms in Y is 2:1:3. Therefore, the empirical formula of Y is Na2CO3